Hello, dear Hasmik. We are having this interview in the framework of European Direct. As far as we know, we are going today to discuss trash recycling, the problems which we have in Armenia, especially in Armenia, because our target is not European country, and its example how we can develop this initiative and what we are going to do there. So thank you for accepting our invitation. So I would like you to introduce yourself, your specialization in the field, and what you are doing in general.
Thank you, dear Vanuhi. Thank you for the invitation and this platform to speak about environmental issues in Armenia. And it's a pleasure to meet you online. I hope we will meet soon in other conditions in real. Yes. So about me, I'm young professional in environmental management and renewable energy fields with 7 years of working experience in project management in different sectors and positions, from economic diplomacy to water and solar energy. I hold a master in business administration from University of Nantes, France, and I have been postgraduate research fellow in environmental management in TU Dresden in Germany. My motivation and determination led me to the US in 2018, and I have been fellow of US State Department Exchange Program at the Oregon State Capitol, contributing to work of environmental and renewable energy committees. Currently, I am holding 2 careers, like this. One in environmental management with focus on water, and the other one is in renewable energy with focus on solar. My specific interests are in policies and regulations in the environmental management field. In water, I have been elected as president of European Youth Parliament for Water recently, and to mobilize a network of future environmental actors for common water issues at European scale and beyond. And in energy, I am member of World Energy Council, Future Energy Leaders Program, and I'm coordinating in Armenia renewable energy projects in Women in Climate and Energy NGO. So this is about, if I can summarize, put it short.
Big story in short.
Yes.
Thank you very much. It was very exciting. At least for me, we have this kind of socialist in Armenia. And a little bit personal question: from where you understood in your life, it was at which point you understood environmental issues are so big that they of course, all of us, we know the importance of that, but in a personal matter, when you understood that the importance of that, it's so big that it can be your professional, your working sphere. A little bit about that.
Actually, the interest for environmental issues started especially in the US in 2018, because as part of my program, it was we had 2 topics: renewable energy as my main topic and environment. And with environment, I had the occasion to visit 2 different sites, starting from landfill. I'm sorry. Just turn it. Yeah. No, sorry.
Don't worry, we're going to cut it.
Yeah. So starting from landfill to the discussions related to the environment in the capital. So everything started from the US, and later when I came back to Armenia, and then I went to Germany already, the whole program about environmental management tackled different topics, from soil to water to waste to space to GIS and other issues. And you see that everything is related to environment. You cannot be out of it. And sincerely, when someone don't know how to sort, my first reaction is, how is it possible? It's about your life. Your children. How it's possible not to know about it? But then, okay, I realized that okay, it's a profession already for me, but for others, most of the people they don't care, but they should. And everything is related to climate change and the whole in our world. And we are all concerned, and we all should work on that issue. So I think it should be the profession of everyone, especially for youth.
Yes, I agree with you. Actually, I have an interesting story connected to my friend. She was living in Germany for 1 year, and when she got used to that type of behavior, let's say, to diversify the trash, like plastic, paper, etc., etc. And when she came back to Armenia, she's living now in Humot village, and it was like habit already for her to separate trash. And she said, I did it, and my mother was like following me. What my girl is doing? And then she said, I was very proud. I took all different types to this trash bag, and I was thinking like now this car will come and take just separately. What they did, car came, took everything in one place. She said, oh my God, I was like so exhausted. What's going on? I just struggled to make it like separated to help, but they came, took. And she said, my mother was looking at me and said, for this reason, we don't do anything because we don't have like infrastructures which can provide that. So now I would like to, based on this story, what do you think? In which level, which level we have now in Armenia from this perspective? I mean, how would you evaluate our behavior, let's say, what we do with our trash, with our attitude, how we affect maybe on that, or maybe we are more positive. You think that something is changing like dynamically in a positive way? Not so.
Very, very good question. Yeah, just I will tell you just some data on it, and to what you think also about how to manage it. So in Armenia, a citizen produces about 0.5 kilogram of garbage every day. It's estimated at about 550,000 tons a year for the whole population. This is for yearly. And according to the World Bank, the half of the waste is organic. So from food, from other sources, but mainly organic. And then 10%, around 10% plastic, around 10% glass, and 10% paper, and around 5% metals. It means that theoretically, around 85% of our waste can be recycled. Theoretically.
But, yes, like big but.
What we are doing? Actually, in Armenia, there are no sanitary landfills. And all the garbage is just dumped on the ground. Directly on the ground, yes. As a result of rapid population growth and urban development, of course, the amount of waste is increasing. And the landfills, which were originally outside of city, now they are slowly entering the city. And the biggest dumping site in Yerevan is in Barashen, and which is around on 50 hectares of land. This is a big amount, and this is in the city, and next to the main historical monuments related to Erebuni Castle and all this. And in that district, people are living in 1-2 kilometers far, and of course they have the impact. They feel the impact of that dumping site on their health and on the environment. Of course, that's this accumulation of solid waste and municipal waste can have great damage on the environment and human health. One of the biggest problems of household waste is that there is a very high content of organic matter, as I mentioned, more than the half, and there's water in the organic matter in general, and this water is the name is leachate in general, water of the waste, to say it globally. Yeah, and this leachate in the waste is absorbing the soil and infects and contaminates surface and groundwater, and damages other potential recyclable waste in the garbage. So basically, you cannot take something just from the garbage because everything is already mixed there, and there is leachate as well, and the conditions are not in a way that to be able to take something from there to recycle. Of course, some people do, but it is not possible to do it in a systematic way. So garbage should not touch the soil in general. It should be separated from soil with thick cover, and also it should be covered with thick cover and controlled, because that will have we will have unpleasant odors, fire hazard, instability of the soil layer, loss of vegetation, soil pollution, damage of biodiversity, and many other problems. And so these are problems that in general that we have in Armenia now. Another big problem is that people are burning the waste. You know that there are some materials that, especially when they are burned, one of them is, for example, plastic. When plastic is burned, it releases toxic
emissions.
Substances, chemicals like dioxins. And dioxins are one of the most dangerous substances in the world, and it is when it is burned, it's then the smoke later is waxy smoke is covering plants, accumulate in animal fat, and then in human, because it enters in human food chain, because we consume meat, fish, dairy products, so it easily enters to human food chain, and it creates many health issues, and of course the health condition of population who are living next to the landfills, or not the dumping site, and not call it landfill. Yeah, their health conditions are worse than others. So yeah, these are in general, this is the situation. You can tell about other problems.
So actually, I understood that we have really big problems because sequentially it comes from garbage, but it comes it brings all this hard chain to human, to generation. It passes by generation by generation. Yeah. It's really a big problem. Yes. So as far as I know, in Armenia we have an initiative by some youngsters, organized by them to help to decrease this. To help to solve these problems that we have, and also increase the social consciousness in Armenia about these recycling processes. Can you just with some words describe what they do and how it helps, from your perspective as a citizen, not as an expert?
Yeah, it's a very good question and pertinent. It's the reality. Yeah, recent years, different youth groups have initiated different projects. The most interesting, I can say, are the art projects that really make a difference and change the culture in Armenia. These are EcoArc project, Recykling, and Apaga project. So EcoArc all of them have the same goal: to raise awareness in the population, collect plastic, paper, and glass, and send to recycling plants. But how they do, the manner of doing is different, and they are targeting different consumer groups. And since 2018, EcoArc initiative has started with just enthusiastic youth that who spread the word on social media to collect paper and send to recycling plants. Everything started with paper, and then they added plastic, they added glass, and as of today, population from different districts of Yerevan have joined the initiative, and ECOAP has already saved more than 140 tons of paper,
Wow.
tons of glass, and 20 tons of plastic. Which is good that the municipality of Yerevan also have joined this initiative, and they have done a small pilot project of 6 months in one of districts in Yerevan, and setting their permanent sorting bins to study people's behavior, to see how it works. And currently, ECOAP is a success because they have achieved their main goal to change the culture. This initiative is fully on voluntary basis without any funding, and they have done a lot just without funding, but nowadays they really need some funding to do more, start campaigns, involve more population, and spread in Armenia. Because any case, without the involvement of the population, we cannot solve the problem. Hopefully, the municipality of Yerevan will take the leadership in waste sorting and will implement a long-term strategy on it. We hope it, yeah, and we will see how it will work. But ECOAP is a really successful project. The other project that I also like a lot, the concept is different. This is Recykling project. This is initiated by another group of youth, and what they are doing, they have started with a small grant, and they are installing sorting bins in institutions or in companies, even small companies. They are putting the sorting bins there, and then they just go several times in the month. They go and collect the sorted waste from there, and the companies just pay for the service of collecting. And it is a win-win situation for everyone, because the companies contribute to this process, and in their intern culture it changes. They learn how to sort, and then it's easy for them because they don't take care of taking it and transporting it to the recycling.
It's expensive.
It's good for the youth as well, because it's a small business for them, and it's also good for the environment. And for the recycling companies as well, because we have in Armenia several recycling companies, and they have their material to do their business. Yeah, it's a win situation for everyone.
So it's good to hear, because originally I'm from Armenia, and before some years ago, situation was really awful because nobody had believed that small changes can lead to really something big result. But some youngsters, really, it's really cool that to hear that some youngsters, they believe in that, and they even make government to move, to help, to adjust, to support them. It's really good, and I think they will have some really nice future, because day by day all these people, the quantity of people who are involved in this initiative, like they are growing and growing. So, and of course, like I would like to know what, for example, a citizen can do to be participant of this great movement. I mean, what you think, according to your the way of thinking, what people can do in their daily basis to help to assist to this kind of not project, but to help to improve the situation in Armenia. What we could do that we don't do now.
Yeah, just a small comment about your comment. Yeah, it's interesting that this both project has started without any support from the government. These are purely initiatives of you. It's interesting that for the second project, Recycle It, they have put even the sorting bins in the Ministry of the Environment, and this type of environment is the challenge.
Wow, I'm proud of them, really.
Yeah, it's something interesting. And international organizations also have joined that initiative, but it's amazing to see that passion. What citizen can do. Essentially, when you told me about the story of your friend who came from Germany and seeing the situation in Armenia and the stress, me as well. I've passed through that all because in my city in Germany, in Dresden, we were sorting 7 types of waste. My first reaction was, what all these beans? First of all. Yeah, how to collect, etc. And then in some weeks that entered to my culture and to my friends' culture there, and after that we couldn't just throw away something that we know that can be recycled, and we have visited their different recycling plants and seeing how it is recycled, all the process, and after seeing that, your awareness is so high that you understand the effect of that small cup, and you choose wisely. It should be in plastic or recyclable material, or it should be something that will go directly to the landfill. You are more aware about that, and it changes your behavior. In Armenia, it took time for me personally to convince my friends, my family to start sorting. There are different questions. First of all, they have to understand the impact of their behavior. It's a citizen's responsibility. It doesn't concern only for the waste, but also for other actions. Everyone has a role to play. It's the main idea that everyone should understand it. But they think that, okay, if my neighbor doesn't do, it will not change a big thing. But no, it's wrong. If you do, your neighbor will see what you are doing, will be inspired by you, and will do that as well, and the other neighbor as well. And this becomes a chain of actions. And in the end, we will collect a lot of plastic, paper, as EcoAF did, and we will save it from going to landfill and will decrease the amount of waste there. So everything starts from the awareness. Okay, people are aware. They start sorting slowly. They participate to the initiative. They have to understand that it cannot be like this free of charge. They have impact on the environment, and they have to pay for that. And I think this is one of the issues why government hasn't started it before, because population, because there's the idea the population will not pay for it a good amount of money, because nowadays it's monthly pay is around €1 to €2. Family even, and it's not an amount of money that can solve a problem, but when people understand their impact on the environment, they have to pay for recycling, for the collection, and other issues. Okay, this is part of population, but the government also has to act with policies, with strategy, and with collaborating with other actors. And slowly, well, in some cases, we have to implement strict rules. For example, companies, pollutant. There is a logic that pollutant should take responsibility and pay. It means plastic producers or companies using plastic should pay for that. This is the main idea also for Germany's. Is one of the main ideas for Germany when they started this culture. Pollutants should pay to take responsibility, and you know that there, when you buy a bottle of water, where the bottle is in plastic, you are charged with some amount of money, and 25 cents. Yeah, it depends on the type of bottle. You are charged. You are charged more, and then when you go back And when you use your water, then you can give it back to the
store, maybe.
Store and special places, and the machine, you put it in the machine, and then the machine returns to you the money that you spent. So it is also an incentive for the population to just not to throw it away, but as they paid initially, just go back and take their money back.
Yes.
Yeah, and the other actors as well who are producing plastic, they have to pay for polluting it. Other is the sorting culture. Yeah, and also waste is money. Waste is not in Armenia. There is the word zibil. You know the word for everyone. They say no, it's not waste. This is zibil.
Yes.
The word zibil is very good word, and no one can imagine that zibil can become can create money or can do something something good. But in reality, it did, and in some countries, the private, there's a big industry or private sector is winning with using the collected waste, different type of waste. They are making money with that. So we need some political commitment, policies, long-term strategy, and of course incentives to non-stakeholders, population. Yeah.
I think that the last one is like really very important, because when people have some benefits from this, okay, I can do that. I read about a practice in one of countries, I don't remember the name, where you just give back the plastic, they give you candy. And even children, they were motivated to, like, they were collecting everything from the street and bring back, like, yeah, give candy, or donuts or something, like small things. It's also like win-win situation, as you mentioned. Bring something bad for environment, I will put something, I will give something good for you.
Yeah.
So yes, we have a lot of things to do, as I understood, but we are on the right path now. Thanks to all these young youngsters, thanks to really conscious people in Armenia, like you, your friends, and other very people who have really high level of consciousness, and they think about this situation, and they think that everything is time to change it. It's time for changes, because we don't have another way to go back. Because back is really worse than we have now. So thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this information that you shared with us.